Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Public Facilities Committee meeting of August 18th. We're going to call this meeting to order and ask for the approval of the minutes of last month's meeting. Could I get
So
that,
moved.
please? Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of last week's approval?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Great. Thank you very much. Is there anyone here to speak to the privilege of the floor? Anyone here to speak to the privilege of the floor? Seeing and hearing none, we're going to close the privilege of the floor section and jump right into our 13-item agenda today. We have one amendment with number 3 and a late arrival that we're going to tag number 13. So, number 1 on our proposed resolution is to amend the 2025 budget for the North Chautauqua Lake Sewer District. Is anybody here to speak to those few amendments? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chad Marks, Deputy Director of Finance. The gist of this resolution, speaking on behalf of Matt Olbeck on this, what we're looking to do is just kind of transfer some money from a project that was funded last year as a grant. The project wasn't completed in 2024, so it did carry over into 2025, and we're just looking to move the money from the leftover money from 24 to 25 to be able to cover the expenses.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Chad. Any questions, comments for Chad on that? Simple explanation. All right, seeing, hearing none of those. All in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed and carried. Great. Are you staying up here for number 2, Chad?
Yeah. I'll help
And
balance
maybe
that
a few
one.
others. Proposed resolution number 2, amend the 2025 budget for the Portland Pomfret Dunkirk Sewer
Oh,
District.
this is the one you need to talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm up here for a little bit, but.
Yeah.
Allison Bento, Administrative Director for the North Chautauqua Water and Sewer Districts. This resolution, with our current pump stations, the generators are old and the transfer switches are just as old, and we're finding that we can't find the replacement parts that we need. Matt Olbeck has prioritized which ones need to be, are the most urgent to fix first. And the board has decided that we just want to do one for right now to see how it goes and what the actual cost will be. We did get a quote from Beck Electric to replace all of them, but the board feels they would just like to do the most urgent one first, kind of see how it goes, what that cost will be, and then we can plan in replacing the rest. So the 18,000 would come from our unrestricted fund balance. And that is an estimate. It'll probably be a little less than that to replace the one transfer switch.
Okay, very good, Allison. Appreciate that. Questions, comments?
I know I have a little bit of insight with my day job, but is this, I guess, planned for after the roof replacements, or does it have nothing to do with the 4 locations that are getting a roof replacement?
The transfer switch we want to replace is, roofs are supposed to be started next month.
Yeah.
And then they're looking to have the transfer switch done by this fall,
Okay, so afterwards, anyway.
probably,
That
yeah.
works.
Okay. My question was, is it coming from the county's, fund, or is it coming from?
It's coming from the Portland Pomfret Dunkirk fund balance, that
From
district.
that fund balance, not
Correct.
the county's fund balance?
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Ed.
Anything else? Any other questions, comments? All right. Those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed and carried. Great. Thank you very much for that. Our third item on the agenda is, as I mentioned at the top, an amendment is needed for this that has been left on the table. It is the amended 2025 budget for payroll allocations, Portland Pomfret Dunkirk Sewer District. So if I have the order correct, well, we can discuss it, but then we will need a motion to amend and then a motion to approve the proposed amended resolution. So take it away.
All right, so this one, we are just amending the budgets between the Pomfret Portland Dunkirk Sewer District and the North Chautauqua Lake Sewer District. Budget season, last year, there was a misallocation in one of the payrolls. This is just simply to correct that payroll to make sure that it is on budget for the remainder of the year. We're just moving money from the one district to the other district.
And there's also a contract for
There's-
this payroll allocation with the county for, with Matt Allback to help with the PPD district, or North Chautauqua Lake helping the PPD districts. We're putting that back, like Chad said, moving it.
Okay, okay. All right, questions, comments on the proposed resolution and/or the amendment itself? All right, not hearing none, is there a motion to make this amendment?
I'll make the motion to amend to the resolution laid on our desk.
Thank you, Dalton. Second,
Second.
all in favor of making the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. All right, is there a, motion to, or all those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed and carried. Great, thank you very much for that. All right. Next, item number 4, the North Chautauqua County Water District Maintenance of Pump Stations.
So this is a resolution to have the Brockton Portland water system do the maintenance at our pump station within the town of Portland. Previously, CBI was paying Lakeside Landscaping to do this, and it made sense for Brockton Portland because they have the necessary equipment and it's in their town to do it. And it would be $2,000 a year, which is cheaper than what Lakeside Lakeside Lawn Care was charging us.
Great, great, okay. Questions, comments on the proposed resolution?
I didn't see the amount on the resolution.
It's not in there, it's $2,000 per year
Should it
to do the
be-
plowing and mowing.
Oh, there it is, okay. Yeah, well, I, the same thing I wrote. Should it be in the resolution, or is it, I don't know.
It would only be if there was an amendment, but
Okay. I mean, if that's fine. the way it
Very
is,
good.
then Fine.
Thank you for that. Any other questions, comments at all? All right, all those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And carried. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We are moving on to our 5th proposed resolution of authorizing of the lease agreement with the town of Chautauqua for office space for Chautauqua County Department of Mental Hygiene. Is there anybody here to speak to that?
There's,
Oh, yes.
nobody's here, I vote no.
All right, let's see, where are we here? Okay, so no one is here to speak to resolution number 5. Office space and mental hygiene. All right. Still catching up on my notes. Just reviewing this here real quick.
Same rate, already budgeted.
Yep, yep, same rate. Very good, okay. Comments, no questions on, or, well, we could ask questions to the ether. Comments, questions on the proposed resolution?
Pierre, do we know if there is a rate increase over the years?
No, it's the same rate.
Any other questions, comments? All those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, carried. Thank you very much for that. Number 6, authorize a lease agreement with the city of Jamestown for office space for Chautauqua County Department of Mental Hygiene and Social Services. Is anybody here to speak up to that resolution? Oh, here, I'll do it. Seeing none.
I have a question
Go-
on it, though. It says they desire to relocate from another location. Aren't they on the 5th floor right now, and are they moving to the 3rd floor? Is that what I'm reading? I believe they're on the 5th floor of the city hall, and then so that's,
We occupy space on both floors. I believe mental health is all.
Yeah. Just, again, it's curious about why they're moving and if that matters.
Because the third floor, they believe is public event.
Doesn't make sense to go from the fifth to the third where the public.
Because the fourth is the mayor, so I think third is public
Right.
defender, fifth is mental hygiene, and second.
There was an issue with one of the floors, couldn't have as much space as they wanted, remember, because of,
They would have been public defender. Mental health, you get it right off the elevator and the whole place rents.
Well, and I'm reading here, the county desires to relocate from another location. So our people wanna move. Is the city hall in Jamestown, are they okay with this, or? So
I
wish
can't
we had
s-
someone here from,
Yeah, I can't speak to that, Tom. I don't know that. And this is going in front of two other committees. I see Human Services and Audit and Control.
Take no action.
Mr. Chairman, you don't know anything particular to Tom's questions, I'm assuming?
No, I'm sorry, I do not know.
Okay, all right.
how do we just pass this?
Shall we
along?
just,
Take no
we'll see
action.
it, I'll see it Thursday morning.
You can take no action on it today, and it'll go to the other two committees.
yeah. Okay, all right, very good.
Okay.
And Tom, you're gonna be on one that will.
I'll be there Thursday, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right,
So, Chairman,
yes. Oh, he's got it, okay. All right, we are, number 7. Authorizing municipal cooperation agreement with the fire departments, fire companies, and fire districts in Chautauqua County for cleaning county bridges. Is anybody here to speak to that at all?
Tim's coming.
All right.
Hi, Tim Carr, Director of Public Facilities.
Hi, Tim.
This is a program, after talking with Lex the other day, it's been going on for over 30-plus years, where we contract with the local fire departments to keep the county bridges cleaned and washed in the springtime. It gives them an opportunity for training and utilize their equipment, and it's just been a great program for everybody.
Great. It was
What's this
interesting
cost?
read.
You know what the cost is?
There was a breakdown.
There is a fee schedule. There is no increase.
Up to 25 feet's $100.
Yep.
25 to 35's 200. 35.1 to 100 is $300, and 100.1 to 200 is 500, and greater than that's 1,000.
Did you start that off, that there is a fee increase, or there is not?
There is not.
There is not, okay, all right,
I would say as long as
very good.
there's been no issues with the fire departments and they're happy to do so, I'm happy to see that proceed.
Any other questions, comments while we're here? Seeing, hearing none, all those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed and carried. Great, appreciate that.
Thank you.
I believe our next 3 are FAA related. Welcome, welcome. We are number 8, authorized public hearing on lease with the Federal Aviation Administration for antenna and equipment space within terminal building at Chautauqua County, Jamestown Airport.
Good afternoon, all. John McNamara, Airport Manager.
Hi, John.
Everybody's having a good summer. Hard to believe it's mid-August.
No kidding.
So first on the agenda here is a lease renewal with the FAA for about 588 square feet of floor space in the terminal building. They house their communication equipment, antennas, navigation equipment that they use to maintain the airfield and then surrounding airspace. 10-year term and $5,000 annually the FAA would be paying the county.
All right, very good. Appreciate that information, John. Questions, comments on the proposed resolution, committee? Go ahead.
I assume this is something where, this is a renewal of the.
Yeah, they currently have their equipment installed. They've been in the same space, just a renewal of this space, existing space.
What were they paying before? Do you know?
I believe it's 2% increase.
Sounds Sounds like an easy tenant to have there.
Yeah.
Low maintenance. Any other questions, comments on the proposed resolution? Seeing, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed and carried. Great, thank you very much. Number next is the acceptance of funds from the FFA and DOT for the design phase of the project for the reconstruction of the terminal apron at the Chautauqua County Jamestown Airport.
So this project is in regards to the design of the reconstruction of the terminal apron at Jamestown. There's a pavement management study that was completed back in 2019, which indicated the pavement to be in marginal condition and, you know, likely to continue to deteriorate. So we're several years since then. You know, deterioration, of course, requires extra crack sealing, patching, coming directly out of our county budget, and they're only temporary fixes. The reconstruction will support Part 139 certification. The Airport Commission has recommended acceptance of funds, and County Resolution 34724 authorized application for federal and state aid as part of our airport 5-year capital improvement plan. It's funded, federal share is 95%, state share is 2.5%, county share is limited to 2.5%.
Okay, very good. Questions, comments for John or Tim on the proposed resolution?
Just a quick, I'm wondering, what does the apron include?
Yeah.
in the terminal?
Good question, good question. So basically, the area immediately in front of the terminal building, and that extends down towards the FedEx area. Basically, that area, the bigger area immediately in front of the
Not
building.
including the parking lot, or,
No,
no?
no. Everything is inside the fence.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Any other questions, comments? Hearing, seeing none of those. All those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
All right, thank you
Excuse
very
me.
much.
Nay.
All right, very good. Proposed resolution, that was 9. Number 10, acceptance of funds from the FFA and DOT for the construction phase of the project, the replacement of 34 airfield guidance signs at the Chautauqua County Jamestown Airport.
So this is a construction phase of the 34 airfield guidance stands at the Jamestown Airport. This project will maintain compliance with our FAA Part 139 regulations that were required to maintain the signage upgrades at the airport. Replacement should result in less maintenance, less energy use, and savings due to LED bulbs, and new signage will enhance safety. The Airport Commission has recommended acceptance of funding. County Resolution 347-24 authorized application for federal and state aid as part of the airport's 5-year capital improvement plan. Again, the federal share is 95%, state share 2.5%, county share limited to 2.5%.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, John. Good information. Questions, comments on this resolution? Yes, Bob.
It says signs, what are we talking about?
Yeah, good question. So any taxiway signage that indicates which taxiway the aircraft's on, which taxiway they're going on. The runway signage indicates what runway the aircraft's on.
Are these lit?
Yes, yep, they're lighted signs, they're all lit at night.
Thank you. Anything else, committee? All right. All those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Thank you very much. And we have 2 more. Proposal resolution number 11, acceptance of funds from the FAA and DOT for the design phase of the project for the rehabilitation of taxiway A West at Chautauqua County Dunkirk Airport.
Okay, so design tech of the rehabilitation of taxiway A West. Similar characteristics to the terminal apron, dealing with the pavement. The need is determined by the pavement management index, so it's fallen below the recommended level by the FAA, and the FAA supports rehabilitation, because it's far less expensive to do that than to completely reconstruct. If we undertake it now or in the near future, we'll hopefully be able to extend the life maybe up to close to 20 years. If we don't, we'll have continued deterioration, additional expenses, sealing, maintenance, patching coming directly out of our county budget. Airport Commission has recommended, and the county resolution 34624 authorized applications for funds based on our 5-year capital improvement plan. Again, 95% federally funded, 2.5% state, and only 2.5 county funded.
All right, very good. Questions, comments? Yes, Bob?
So, these two that we just did, the one for the apron, this is just the design phase.
Yes,
So we're replacing existing
yes.
or repairing existing. Is there like a final inspection of these when it's all done? Does the FAA come in and look at it?
Yeah, so, there's a lot of checks and balances there, and it's more than just one inspection. So we're looking at the design for those projects, so we're working closely with engineering folks and things like that on the design
So that would
plans.
lead me to, if it's all checked at the end, this is probably a requirement of the FAA to do a design phase. I mean, why couldn't we just go in and, here's the apron, this is how it is, instead of spending $400,000 to figure out how to do it? Yeah, I know.
I hear you, I do, I hear where
When
you're
you get
coming.
it all
I
done,
hear-
and they want 4 inches of blacktop and an inch of top, and there it is. I mean,
Yeah, I hear where you're coming from, because I can see, you know.
it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, you know, but we're dealing with, very technical specs and construction process. So, you know, being that we're working with the FAA as a partner, the state as a partner, you know, there's quite an extensive, prescribed construction methods and requirements. So that's where the expertise of our engineering support comes in. They, you know, kind of lead on that technical aspect of the design in concert with the airport. And then, once we start to construct, you know, they'll be on site, lending that technical engineering expertise. So, I understand, I hear you, and, you know, but it's kind of like spend some now to potentially save more in the long run on an oversight on the quality of work, the exactness of the work and things like that.
I mean, I get it, I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
My question was, do you see the design changing? And it kind of piggybacks off what Bob was saying, like, this is really necessary. Do you see a big change, or maybe it's something that any of us in the room wouldn't change, or wouldn't see, but an engineer might?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, we were looking at the 60% design. We met with our engineering team on Friday and reviewed 60% design for runways 1-3 and 3-1 at Jamestown. And it's extensive. It's, say, 100 pages, 100 plus pages of specs. You know, getting the right grades, determining what level to mill to, you know, all those things. And so, like, if you're gonna mill a runway or a taxiway and you're gonna take it down 4 inches, as an example, don't quote me on the number, and that's what the design calls for, or you don't have that in the specs and you take it down 6 inches, that's what the guy that you hired decided to do, well, that's a lot of money. Right? If you're only required 4 inches, but you go 6, now you got a lot of additional material and paving to go in there. So that's what I mean by saving. It is definitely an expense up front. Fortunately, we have the FAA and the state as partners in that, and you know, it's important for the FAA that it's as exact as it can be. They're willing to fund a significant portion of it to ensure that. and we have the benefit of that exactness. Nothing's perfect, right? But
How thick is the runway?
depends. Depends on the type of runway, depends
Are
on,
they, how thick is the road? 4 inches? I mean-
At least.
I'm not gonna go do any core drills.
At least.
Tim said it was
Sometimes
four.
But I mean, if a road's 4 inches, is a runway 8 inches? Or not necessarily?
yeah, so I would say your runway's gonna be thicker than your road,
Right.
you know.
Like substantially.
Yes, yep, the exact, and it all depends, well, I guess you're just, I'm saying, like, you're not necessarily gonna go right to the bottom, you know, when you're redoing it, right?
Right.
You might not have to start from scratch, so that's where the analysis of your current pavement and substructure and all that.
Is the runway thicker, forgive me, I'm not a air guy, but like at the ends, like, nobody's using the ends, so are they as,
Well, they're using the ends for takeoff,
yeah,
so,
but they're taking off before they get to the end.
yeah,
so.
I don't think,
You hope.
I don't think that,
I'm sure that's already prepared all the same.
I don't think that analysis goes into the calculation.
So they're the same from start to finish, take off to landing. Okay, I'm good.
So you're looking for possible savings, I know.
Let's vote.
Yeah. Let's hope.
There's no savings in the public sector and construction.
All right, other questions, comments on the proposed resolution? Not seeing any. All those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
And carried. All right, thank you.
All those questions to say no.
It's okay.
And then I believe that was number 11, so number 12, acceptance of funds from the FAA and DOT for the design phase of the project, the removal of on-airport obstructions. That's read enough.
Yep, so this
Go
is
ahead,
a design of removal, mitigation of the obstructions in the runway approach paths at Jamestown. The county's responsible, or airport sponsor, the county in this case is responsible for maintaining clear approach paths for the safety of pilots, passengers, and surrounding residents, community. It's also required for our Part 139 FAA certification. The Airport Commission has recommended the design and removal, and County Resolution 34724 authorized application for this aid. Again, 95% federally funded, 2.5% state, and limited to 2.5 local share.
All right, thank you very much. Questions, comments?
What would be an example of an on-airport obstruction?
Tree.
A tree just happens to fall on the runway or?
Well, it would be existing, so most I'd say most likely a tree, and not necessarily on airport property. So on airport property, we have the ability to remove those when we see needed, and we take care of that. This would be, could be off airport property on a private owner's property, where we'd work with the owner, the landowner for navigation
So
type
it's
easement.
not on the runway or it's,
Yeah, no, it'd be like a neighboring, like John, neighboring person, landowner, could be a tree.
Yep, could be a
That
tree.
over the years has grown up and now it's into the airspace.
oh, okay. Oh,
So it's clearing land.
okay.
And for the most part, we have an agreement with the landowners around the runways, right?
We'll need to obtain, for ones that we don't have, we'll need to obtain those, and that's where the design comes in. So the easement process, title searches, all that,
But we do
all
have
that,
quite a few
all that
in place, right?
information.
Seems like we went through this
We-
a few years ago.
We're doing the same thing in Dunkirk.
We're doing,
now,
yeah,
too.
and we have, I believe we have more in Jamestown than we do currently in Dunkirk, but there, and, there's a pretty decent sized approach path there, right, for all the runways. So it's a combination thereof. We have some existing, but we need to obtain additional easements.
Mr. Chairman, I would point out that the title of the resolution is for the removal of on-airport obstructions. And it also says that in the third whereas. Second whereas. Second whereas.
Second whereas.
So are we dealing with on-airport obstructions or off-airport obstructions?
So it's, the intent there is on the approach path, obstructions on the airport approach path. Not to be completely inclusive of on the airport, it's intended to be within the approach path.
Okay, so it's removal of on-airport and off-airport obstructions.
The second
Well,
whereas
this-
says and approaches.
And I believe that's in the title
For
as
the
well.
removal of on-airport obstructions and approaches. Okay?
I mean, I would assume approaches mean
Just before the runway, trees
land
there.
off of the airport.
Yeah, so the intent here is if we take runway 25 in Jamestown, would be the primary runway in Jamestown, considering the prevailing winds. The intent would be if you were to draw a line from the end of runway 25 or the beginning of 25 and draw a line straight out for a number of miles. And then you would draw, from that line, you would draw horizontally. You'd go horizontally each side to include a safe distance for that approach area. And then any obstructions in that area, depending on where they fell, they would need to be cleared in order to allow a safe approach. That's the intent of the removal of the on-airport obstructions for the approaches. The intent is the approach pass.
All right, any other questions, comments regarding the proposed resolution?
So this will make it safer in the end. This is really for safety and
Yeah, so,
safety of the operations. That's
so-
really a big question for my mind. As long as that's good, then
yeah, so the FAA requires a certain approach angle of the aircraft. And so, you know, if this is the runway here that we're landing on, and your obstructions are below that, you're insured that angle. If the obstructions get to a certain point, you're not maintaining that angle.
Okay, now I see. Yeah.
Any idea, John, how far that goes?
I don't have an exact number for you.
It's probably not miles, though, right?
I would say, could be miles, but not tens of miles. You know what I mean? Depending. Say a mile or two at the most.
So it's a pretty good distance.
So, John, did the FAA stipulate the wording in the title and in the resolution?
No.
Then I might suggest that you just remove the words "on airport" from the title and from the second whereas.
Absolutely.
I'll make a motion.
Yep, we would need to make a motion for that amendment.
So moved. Did you get that?
Did you get, okay.
Olivia's got it.
Good, of course she does. There's a motion for an amendment, is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor of the amendment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Opposed? Carried. Any other questions, comments? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Carried. All right, thank you very much, gentlemen, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Are we staying up here or not? We have one more late proposal, right? Or did I finish I finished the printed agenda, all right, good. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And then we have a late arrival. It is a resolution that was laid on our desks as we came in here. A resolution authorizing the issuance of $8.2 million of bonds of the county of Chautauqua to pay the cost of certain North Chautauqua Water District improvements. Good afternoon.
Hello, Kitty Crow, Director of Finance. This bond resolution is needed for Phase 3 of the North Chautauqua County Water District. We had the original bond resolution for the initial construction is expiring. Any bond resolution automatically expires at 10 years. Plus, we are wrapping up the Phase 1 part of the project and issued a ban last year, and we'll close that out to long-term by the end of this year. But just a little caveat on this bond resolution, it's kind of in Excel terms, a circular reference when we go out to apply for some of the grants. The grants require a bond resolution to show like the full amount of the project cost. However, we know once we secure the grants, we won't need to borrow as much as stated here, but the grantors like to know that it is the county's intent to fund the project. So our bond council drafted this, which usually meets the requirements for a WIA grant, and there is, the other reason for this being under other is to meet the current cycle of WIA grant applications, we need to have this passed this month in order to meet the application deadline. So,
Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Questions, comments? I know we're all seeing this for the first time here. For Kitty
it is,
on,
yeah, and so just the other, I started to mention, so
go ahead.
this bond resolution, the way it's crafted by our bond council has met in the past, the WIA applications, but once we get any grants, we will need to do a revised bond resolution before we actually borrow any money. So this is kind of to help in the interim to show the county's intent for the purposes of applying for the grants.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Questions, comments? Seeing, hearing none. All those in favor of the proposed resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I appreciate that. Does anybody else on the committee have anything for the good of the order? If not, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
Earlier, if you wanna sign those.
All of these?